Hey everybody! Woohoo! I'm so excited that it's Sunday. I look forward to this day all week long. I cannot wait to hang out with everybody here. And you guys, I have a jam-packed show for you guys tonight. You might want to get a little paper and pen because I'm going to be dropping some gems. I have been doing my research and I've been trying to get all the information that's going to change your life. And so tonight is going to be a lot of fun. Of course, I got my phone right here so I can see the comments. I see all of you guys who are on here and watching. It's very exciting to see everybody here. You guys know the drill if you've been here before. Please drop your city and state so I can shout you out and let me know where you are watching from. All right, let me go ahead and make sure everything is set so I can see. Okay, fantastic, fantastic. Let me know, you guys, if it's the stream is okay, because last time there was a little bit of issue with lag, and so hopefully you guys can see that okay. Oh, we got a Long Beach, California. That's what's up. That is where I am originally from. So shout out to Long Beach, the LBC. Hey, Akira, I hope I'm saying your name correctly. All right, so let's see. What do we want to talk about here? Let me get my little screen set up. Y'all know I always struggle every week trying to get the logistics here. All right, so drop your city and state. I will shout you out. You guys, I'm feeling cute. I did a little blowout. You know, I put a little curl in my hair. I'm trying to, bring all the subscribers to the yard, as they say. Just kidding. They don't say that. I just say that. But I want you guys to drop your city and state. And then while I have your attention, I would like you to please subscribe to my channel because you will never miss a video that is coming out. So you will be notified when new content drops, and especially on the live stream, you want to know when it's coming so you can participate live. You don't have to remember to check your phones and get on there. Let's see. What else do I want to tell you guys? Oh my God. Okay, so this is the biggest thing. The Sunshine Club. I put some information out there, but I haven't had a chance to talk to you guys about it in great detail. On January 1st, which is just a couple days away, I am officially opening the doors of the Sunshine Club. Right now, the waiting room is open and people are getting in their seats, and they're getting ready to be let into the room on January 1st. However, I want to let you guys know what it's all about. It is an online community, and all the topics and things that I talk about on my YouTube channel, I give you guys, as much as I can give you in like 6 to 12 minute videos. But a lot of people have commented saying, man, easier said than done, or that's a tall order, or what have you. So what I'm doing is I'm using the online community to give you guys bite-sized pieces on understanding things like manifestation and different things that will help you to access your best life possible, because most people are living at about 10%, and that's being generous. 10% of what their life could be. Nobody should have a miserable life. So I want to give every single person the tools they need. You are going to get me every single morning, talking to you, helping you start the day, giving you reminders of what you need to do. There's going to be a portion of it that deals with fitness. Every single piece is voluntary, by the way. So if you don't want one of the pieces, but you do want the other, you can access whatever pieces you want. But I'll be motivating you with fitness. Most people start their fitness goals at the beginning of the year. I actually started back a couple weeks ago because, I got to lead by example. I'm trying to get snatched for this summer body 2021. But we're going to get into fitness. We're going to deal with your mental health, your emotional health. We're going to talk about financial wealth. I'm going to share with you guys how I manifested $3,000 the other day. Yeah, real story. And I'm going to teach you everything that I have learned for the past 6 years. So for so long, I've tried to figure out how can I put this into a format where I can share with everybody at one time. People can go back if they're starting at different portions. And I swear to you, the other day, everything just came downloaded into my spirit as far as how I can execute. And I was like, woo, put the whole thing together, set it up. And like I said, I'm going to officially open the doors January 1st. Now, this is something that you guys can participate in. It's a month-by-month subscription. You enter through my Patreon page. And for the first 200 people, I'm giving a lifetime discount. So I am positive that after you guys experience the first 30 days, you're going to want to stick around. And whoever comes in on this first 200 will get to lock in on the discounted rate for as long as you are a participant in the community, okay? So you guys will be able to access the information. You will be able to participate in group conversations with other members of the community. I'll be doing Q&As. So after you've had a chance to do your assignment for the day and listen to the content that I've produced, then you can then have a Q&A with me. I am literally going to be in the trenches with you guys, and you're going to be coming along with me on this journey. Every single day I wake up, I'm like, woo, it's another day. And I don't even want to go to bed at night because there's so many things I want to do. This is my real life. And you guys are going to see this and witness this with me every single day. And then you're going to be right next to me going, woo, my life is amazing. And you're going to know this is all real. It is so crazy. Everything I'm going to teach you is not going to cost you money. You don't have to go out and buy equipment. You don't have to go out and buy materials. It's all information that you just need to understand here, because if you understand it here, you can have it work for your good. So make sure that you join. Go to the link in my bio. It's at the very, very bottom. After this video wraps, I'm going to pin it to the comments so you can get to it quickly. But if you don't know my Patreon page, you can scroll down and find the link that says the Sunshine Club, or find the link that says Patreon, and there's a video breaking it down even more. But you guys, if you're battling depression, if you're struggling with anxiety, if you're having difficulties in relationships, or you just want to level up, like, you don't have to wait until you're in the depths of despair to want to take it to the next level. Maybe your teeth are great, but you want them a little bit whiter. Maybe you're in a good shape, but you want to get a little bit more tone. If you want to take your life to the next level, go ahead and join the Sunshine Club. I'm telling you, you are going to be pissed when you hear everybody talking about the changes that have happened in the first 30 days or less, knowing that you could have been in on it and you didn't. So start from the beginning. It's going to be a lot more fun if you start at the beginning. You don't have to play catch up. You're going to be at the same speed of everybody else in the class. But enough about the Sunshine Club. You guys, I am so excited. I've had a Facebook community for the last 6 years. And we have a blast. We have like forged relationships where I will probably be friends with them to the end of time. We've had 3 couples, 2 get married, the other one proposed live. They allowed me to host it. It was awesome, a surprise proposal. But we bond, you guys. So if that's us just talking about relationships, I can't imagine what's going to happen in this group where we're having life transformations right there before our very eyes. All right, so without further ado, don't forget, like I said, to drop your city and state if you are just tuning in so I can shout you out. I know people are on CP time, so people are probably going to come in after the fact. So if you're watching this after the fact, even if it's the replay, comment your city and state. I just like to see where everybody is coming from. All right, so we got the Sunshine Club. And is there anything else I want to talk about? No, that's it. We're going to get right into the broadcast. And actually, before I do that, typically I have friends come on, and I let people participate in the discussion. But tonight it might be a little bit different because there's a lot of stuff that I do want to share. Excuse me. And so if I bring them on, it'll be towards the end. So if you guys are watching from my private group, know that towards the end I will let you in. But please go ahead, you guys, click the like. It's not for vanity. I literally could care less if somebody hits the like button or not. For me, it's to let YouTube know, hey, this is quality content. This is not a spam account. This is something we want to see more of. So the more you engage with the channel, because it's technology, it's not people on the other end of it, it lets the algorithms know this is good stuff. So go ahead and smash that like button if you would be so kind. If you comment, that is even better. They're like, oh, these people are participating. This really must be good stuff. And then, like I said, if you subscribe, then you'll be notified when new content comes out. And you will, if you hit the notification bell anyway, that will happen. Okay, so I'm trying to talk really, really quickly because I don't want to waste your time. I want to get right into this material. There's so much to go over, but I'm going to try to make it fun and easy to understand, okay? If you are with me, let me know that you're with me. That's how you communicate in the comments, so take use of that. Baltimore, Maryland, very nice. It's funny that you guys, that you said Baltimore, because I heard a story today about somebody, I believe they said it was Alec Baldwin's wife. Somebody said something about her acting like she was from another country when in reality she was from Maryland. I have to look into it, so don't quote me on that, but that was funny when I saw Maryland. I just thought about that. I got some tea from a friend today, but I haven't had a chance to Google it. Okay, all right, so here we go. Let's get into it. Thanks for the likes, you guys. I appreciate that. All right, so the very first thing that you need to understand, I'm getting ahead of myself. I'm forgetting to give you guys my little, here we go. Okay, why do people feel unfulfilled? So we need to back up. Instead of understanding, what's wrong, we have to figure out what's right to know why we're off. So here's the issue. Every single person who is put on this earth has a purpose, okay? There was no accident where it was like, oh crap, something fell off the truck and whoops, so-and-so entered into the universe. Everybody has a specific reason for being here. Nothing was done by happenstance. And if you understand that, it helps to make everything else make sense. When you are not operating in your purpose, so let's say you are a cart or a wagon, your purpose is to carry things and transport things. But if you're just sitting there getting rusty, you're not going to feel fulfilled because you're not being used for your purpose. That was kind of a whack example, but hopefully you guys get the point. You need to be walking in your purpose. Otherwise, your soul inside, your spirit, even if your mind doesn't understand it logically, your spirit knows, we're not doing what we're supposed to be doing. If you lay around for a really, really long time, people in the hospital know this, you get muscle atrophy. Your muscles start to ache because you're not meant to be dormant. You're meant to move around. And our spirit is the same way. We are meant to be out serving our purpose. And you probably hear a lot of people talking, myself included, purpose-driven life, purpose, find your purpose, and intentional living. That's what that's all about. Figuring out your purpose and then walking in that. And when you walk in your purpose, everything else falls into place. It's going to affect your finances. It's going to affect your relationship. It's going to affect your mental health. I'm telling you, I'll bring it all together, but it is some good stuff. You just have to start out by understanding that you have a purpose, okay? If you know what your purpose is already, go ahead and comment if you say, yes, I know my purpose, or say, no, I don't know my purpose. Let me know where you are. I want to kind of see where this particular audience is right now on the spectrum. All right. The other thing that you have to understand, you guys, because this is all stuff I had to learn, and I learned this all in the last 6 years. I was trying to figure this all out. I needed answers. I didn't want hypotheticals. I wanted specifics. And one of the things I wanted to know was like, well, how do you figure out your purpose? Like, well, what if you think it's your purpose, but it's not really your purpose? And what if it's just kind of something you like to do? I had so many questions. So it's very, very clear. Your purpose will find you. I know, sounds overly simple, but that's because it is. Your purpose will find you. All you have to do is be in touch with yourself, which most people are because you spend all the time with yourself, and pay attention to what you like. And if you haven't taken the time to really pay attention to what you like, which I did because I was living my life for everyone but myself, I took about a good year and I just explored. I started going to events that I normally wouldn't go to. I started learning about different things. I started hanging around a different group of people. Heck, I even made a brand new social media account, which is what opened up the doors to everything. That one move right there, the social media, changed everything. And so just get out there, get out of your comfort zone, start to explore. You oftentimes have a little nudge in your head. It could be, I want to start a band. It could be, I want to write children's books. It could be, I want to get into woodworking. It could be, I want to start a podcast. There's a little naggy little voice in your head that you keep telling to shut up, or you hit the snooze button on it. Lean into that. So when you go into that thing, you start exploring. Now, this is so crucial. Give yourself a break, okay? This stuff happens organically. So if you stress about like, when am I going to figure it out? Is this the right thing? Am I going fast enough? You're going to miss the whole point. This is meant to be fun. So if you're taking notes, I want you to write this down. Or if somebody wants to be a scribe for me, write this in the comments. And then I'm going to go ahead and put a little note in the description and I'll update it. What I want you to remember is that the journey is the exciting part. We say it's not about the destination, it's about the journey. That is literally the thing. We have it backwards. We have this illusion that if I can get to my destination, I'm going to be happy. Because I'm not happy now, so logically I'm going to think if I can get to my destination, I'm going to be happy. So if I'm, in Los Angeles and I want to go, I have this dream of going to Long Beach. I keep thinking about it. I've heard about it. People have had great experiences there. And I'm just fantasizing about Long Beach. I can make all my hopes and dreams pinned on getting there, or I can enjoy the drive. I can stop along the way, go to a restaurant, listen to a dope playlist, or listen to something like a podcast that I enjoy. Heck, I can bring friends with me and have fun. Why in the world would I not enjoy the car ride there and think I can only have fun once I get to Long Beach? That is the trick that so many people fall into. It's a lie. It's not about the destination. So be excited about the destination because the destination is freaking awesome, but don't not be enjoying the process, okay? You guys with me? Is it making sense? Let me know if you guys are tracking with me. So please understand this. And it sounds so simplistic, but all these things that sound so simple, 2 weeks in, a month in, you're gonna be like, oh, this is actually really heavy, even though it sounds really simple that a child could follow. Enjoy the journey. The reason why you want to enjoy the journey is because you're going to be doing it for the rest of your life, more than likely. You might start out specifically like, oh, I want to do a podcast, and then it ends up being something where you start a YouTube channel. Be flexible. That's the other thing. Be flexible with what it is. If you're one of those people who are control freaks, I'm a recovering control freak, you have to learn to let it go. You have to understand that the greatest thing for you will come to you. So no amount of stressing will help. It'll actually deter you a little bit and make it not as fun. So just understand it's going to come. Just like you don't stress about the sun rising every single day, I want you to have that same belief that your purpose is going to be revealed to you. And here's the thing about timing, right? The reason it doesn't happen overnight, the minute you get information, is because all the little nuggets you get along the way on your journey are the things that make you badass at your gift, okay? Tony Robbins is amazing. He motivates people, inspires people. Do you know why he inspires people? Because he had a moment where he was broken. There was something that happened in his life that was the catalyst for wanting him to want a better life. And his journey and struggle is what built his proverbial muscles that gave him the insight. Nobody reads one book or two books or studies in college and suddenly goes out and impacts people's lives. It's the experience compounded with the knowledge that you have in your head that makes you a powerful influencer. And I say influencer, not like social media influencer. That's a very niche influencer, but everybody's an influencer. You influence your sphere of influence. If you ever are offered to join a multi-level marketing program, they're going to say, tap into your sphere of influence. The people that you make contact on a regular basis who have trust in you, those are the people in your sphere of influence. So don't be mad about the bumps and the bruises that come along the way, because it's part of the journey and it is strengthening your muscles. I promise you. Okay. There was something that I wanted to tell you. Oh, the other thing is that when you're going through life, you have to take the L word out of your vocabulary. Losses, okay? And the F word, especially, fails. There is no such thing when it comes to learning as failure and losses, because when you net it out, you always gain. You gain information. You either learn what not to do or you learn what happens as a result of something. But if you keep your head on a swivel, proverbially speaking, you will always learn something. If anything, you learn empathy for people who are in that situation. So let's say you go through a period of being like totally poor and you're struggling. And then because you figure out your gift, you have financial success. You are then going to be able to empathize that much more with somebody who was struggling than somebody who was born with a silver spoon in their mouth. Okay, you guys with me? You tracking? All right, so awesome. She's saying it makes sense. The journey is the exciting part, and the greatest thing for you will come to you. Yes, thank you. I got my stenographer for the group. Okay, so enjoy the process. Don't be so hard on yourself. Understand that life is literally a journey. Take off that idea that there's either I'm not there and I'm there. You cannot do that because that's two extremes, and then your whole life is that middle part. The journey is your life, okay? You're not too late. You're not too lazy. You are not behind. Don't look to your left or your right. It's like a marathon. The runners who pay attention to who's around them are the ones that don't run their fastest and a lot of times lose. You just focus on you and understand that everybody's thing comes at the perfect time for them. So somebody else might be freaking 12 years old and it seems like they're killing it and crushing it. First of all, you don't really know what's going on behind closed doors, but they might be killing it and crushing it at 12. Maybe that's when they found their thing. Somebody else, it might be 60. I don't know, but everything works out perfectly. So take peace in that and give yourself a break, okay? I want you guys to write this guy's name down. Dr. Wayne Dwyer. He has so much content that you can access for free on YouTube. Thank God. You guys, I love the free content. It is amazing how much at our fingertips you can learn about so much stuff. You don't have to go to college. You could get all this information for free. But Dr. Wayne Dwyer, he is incredible. And he has so much information teaching you about your mind and a lot of the topics that I'm talking about with your potential. But just write his name down because there's only so much I can tell you guys in a live stream. In the meantime, you guys can listen to other pieces of content and get some information. Because this is what's so weird. Everybody's having different experiences, decades apart, sometimes hundreds of years apart in different parts of the world, but we all come to the same realization on our own. That's when you know something is real and true. It's like love. I don't care if you live in Brazil or you live in Nebraska. You experience the same thing when it comes to heartache and love and parenting. There's certain things in life that are all the same. And all of us are having these experiences separately, and then we're searching for more information. And then when we read someone else, we're like, whoa, this is exactly verbatim what I'm going through. And that's confirmation that you know this is not hocus pocus. This is real, okay? Give me some water here. The other one is a book called The Tethered Soul. Shout out to my boy Chavez for getting me on to actually both of those people. But the Untethered Soul goes really deep into detail about little you. If you guys are familiar with my YouTube content, you've seen the video that I've done on controlling your mind and disciplining your mind. And I talk about little Yonci in there, and I'm teaching my daughter to talk to her little self. Well, the more professional version of it is the Untethered Soul. I didn't even know about that. It was just something I came up with in my head. And he's like, oh, you're describing this guy's book. So read that or listen to the audiobook, which is my personal preference, because I can multitask and listen. But he really does an amazing job of breaking down that little voice inside of you and which one you should listen to that's going to take you to a state of nirvana and which one is going to drag you down into the depths of despair. So that's a really awesome book. Excuse me. So basically, in a nutshell, we have, some people call them vibrations, some people call them levels, like they say, oh, there's levels to this. But most people are operating at the most basic level. And at the most basic tier package, it's like general admission. There's not a lot of perks. We want to get you into VIP. We want to get you in the highest levels of operation. But there's a lot of information you have to know to be able to operate at the highest level. One thing that I can tell you that everybody knows is intuition. I'm sure you had a moment where you're like, I can't explain it, but I just had a feeling I shouldn't go. And let's say you didn't go and something bad happened there. That is part of your higher self. You need to be in tune with that. And there's things that I'm going to teach you in the Sunshine Club that teaches you how to tap into it and allows you to be able to hear it anywhere. At the beginning, it's going to be very hard to hear, but over time you get more sensitive to it. And then you can hear it like a mama in the store. She knows her kid's voice over everyone's voice. It doesn't matter how much chatter is going on or what have you. Thank you, love. Dr. Wayne Dyer. So you spelled Dyer correctly, but it's Wayne Dyer. Bonsoir. Am I saying it right? Very nice. I think that's French. Very cool. Very cool. If you guys are just tuning in, go ahead and hit that like button and comment your city and state so I can shout you out. Let YouTube know that we are popping up in here and this is some good stuff and that they should show me some love and show my video to more people who are out there on the platform. Okay, guys, if you could do that for me, that's a cool little exchange for the information, I hope. All right, so we want to make sure that we get away from our ego, which is going to be super self-centered and it's going to sabotage us, and get into our higher self. Let's see. I got my notes right above here, you guys. That's why I keep looking up. Let's see. So the second thing that I want to talk about is, okay, you guys, I'm sure you have all heard the joke about December 21st, Black people are going to get their superpowers, right? Comment in the comments if you've heard that. Well, here's the ironic thing. We are all, everybody, not just Black folks, we are all born with superpowers, but we are not activating them. Can you imagine if Clark Kent had a, baby, super baby, and he had no idea who his parents were and that he had superpowers and he was living his life as a regular person? Imagine what that would be like. It's insane. An example that I like to give is, imagine the Amish community. The Amish community is a group of people who have chosen to live without a lot of the modern day technology. And imagine if they were kids who grew up and that's all they ever knew. That was their whole world. They saw their mom churning butter. Mom was milking the cow. If they needed dinner, dad was going out and slaughtering the cow. What have you. If they needed clothes, they sewed them. That's all they knew. And imagine a group of kids being in the schoolyard one day and someone parasailing accidentally lands in the field, and he comes in with his Apple Watch, his AirPods and all this cool technology. And he's talking to them about all this amazing stuff. Like, we have cars and planes and elevators and fax machine. Well, fax machine is really old, but scanners and just all this cool stuff, voice activated things, the internet. And it would be almost too difficult for them to even take in because it's so foreign to them. They don't understand. But let's just say somebody dares to believe. Can you imagine what it'd be like trying to talk to other people in the village? Like, you guys, there's this thing where you hold it to your face and you hear your friend's voice and you can look at them. If you touch a button, like, they're gonna be like, what? That's what it's like when you start operating on this next level. People around you are gonna be like, what are you talking about? But once you start doing it and you start getting the results, you're not gonna care that people think you're weird, because you're going to be part of that small percentage of people who have taken it to the next level, and you start to operate within the gifts that you have. I'm telling you guys, every single person has these gifts. And a lot of times people see these people who have these gifts and they think, oh, that person just had a really lucky break, or that person just has a really awesome life, or you know what, his disposition is just set up that way. No, these people have tapped into these resources and they are there. Like, they're just sitting there at the table waiting for people to take them. Like, they're free. Go get them. It's like the stimulus check. Like, why in the world would you not go in your mailbox and take the check and cash it? It's there. It's for you. Like, no one else's name is on it. So we have unlimited potential. And I want to give you guys, like I said, step-by-step application, because I don't know what the heck I was doing when I was manifesting. I'm like, imagine what I want. Okay, so I'm just going to really picture. Like, I literally didn't know what I was doing, and I felt stupid, and I felt like I was wasting my time, which I probably was. But I want to teach you guys so you don't have to waste 6 years like I did, okay? Let me know if you guys are familiar with manifesting and if you do manifestation on your own. Okay. Thank you so much, love, for typing that. God, you're amazing. Okay, Walter's in Memphis. Hey, Walter. And then we got Kashif in DC. That's what's up. Thank you for the likes, you guys. I can see the likes. All right, so what's the next thing? So how to harness your power. Like I said earlier, the Sunshine Club is going to teach you everything. It's going to give you literal step-by-step instructions. Step 1, do this. Tomorrow we're going to do this, yada, yada, yada. So you're going to be manifesting in no time. It's going to be awesome. The thing that you have to understand is that you have to flip your paradigm. You have to flip the way that you see life. We look at life like, if I hold on to something, I'm going to get more of it, or like it won't go away. So if I have a lot of money, let me hold on to it. But the reality is, the way to really get wealthy is to not give it away, but you spend it on investments. You're spending it, meaning it's away from you. You've given it away, but then it exponentially grows if you know what you're doing in the stock market. Love, if you got to hold love inside and you don't give it to anybody, that's a lonely existence. When you open up and you're vulnerable and you give it away, that's when you get back. So there's something amazing about this boomerang thing. It's like, if you throw it out there, that's what comes back. That's why people talk about karma and say, don't put that energy out there. Don't try to give somebody their karma. Don't try to reciprocate bad for bad, because when you throw that out there, it's like throwing poop out your window at 100 miles per hour. That crap literally is going to come back to your face. So you think you're getting at that person in the car next to you, the car behind you. Joke's on you, boo-boo. That's boo-boo. It's coming right back to you. So don't worry about trying to, fight fire with fire. It makes as much sense as a firefighter showing up at a burning building with, an accelerator. Like, why would you come and bring a fire to a fire to put it out? If you have a crying baby, why would you cry to make that baby stop crying? You need to do the thing that particular thing needs to get the results that you want. So much going on in my head, you guys. I'm so sorry. Hope I'm not speaking too fast. Let me know if I'm speaking too fast, you guys. Redundi, I hope I'm saying your name right. Reduni says, we spend most of our energy on distraction when we could be doing the work on balancing our minds and spirit. Yes. Okay. And Akira says she's learning the art of manifestation. I really hope you join the Sunshine Club so you can really, really, really become an expert on it. So here's the thing. When you start to understand that the universe, God, whatever you want to, credit, I credit God. So, hey, shout out to God. But if you know that he's going to take care of you and you don't have to worry, you stop stressing and you stop being stingy. So you start giving. And the irony is that when you start giving, it triggers the universe to give back to you. And so if you have an attitude of, let me see how many ways I can bless people and serve people, it starts the transformation. And here's the cool part. And I go into this a lot in the video about finding your purpose, okay? When you tap into what you like, you then figure out how you can serve people. So let's just say, for example, I'm just going to make this up. Let's say I love to draw. Well, I could go to, what do you call it? Like, what's the little place in Jersey? The boardwalk. I can go to the boardwalk, set up a little easel, and I can start drawing pictures for people. Well, here's the crazy thing. People who are going like little trinkets, they like little souvenirs. So that person is going to say, hey, well, would you make me a drawing? And you say, well, yes, of course. And then the person says, well, you gave me something, so let me give you something. And they pay for your little caricature drawing. That is a perfect example of how it works in harmony. You find a way that you can bless people in your sphere of influence, and as a result, they naturally give back. It's just how our world works. People naturally want to give something fair for what they have gotten back. So you're doing something that you enjoy doing. You know that saying, if you do what you love, you're never going to work a day in your life. You do what you love to do because you love to do it. It just happens to be that the thing that you're doing is something that somebody wants from you. They're naturally going to give you money back. So if people focus on trying to get rich and they focus on the end result, the money, they mess it up because they're not going at it the right way. If you go at it with, I want to figure out what I love, and then once I figure out what I love, how do I then take that to bless other people? It naturally happens. For me, clearly, I love to talk. I love to communicate, and I love interpersonal relationships. For the past 6 years, I just spent my energy on giving, honing my craft, honing my craft. And when I started out, I didn't even know it was a craft. Somebody had to literally tap me on the shoulder with a DM and was like, ma'am, that's your craft. And so then once I realized it was my craft, I started honing, leveling up, studying, figuring out technology. And now I am able to serve. The messages that I give, I cannot tell you, you cannot put a price tag on that. Messages that I get about relationships that have, I met my husband in your group, or my relationship with my parents was restored because of this that you talked about, or I have a better relationship with my kids, or I've learned that I was a verbal abusive husband. Now I want to speak better to my wife. I cannot put a price tag on that. That is so amazing to me. Now, if I lived in a world that, sunshine and roses and unicorns, then it wouldn't matter about money. But we live in an age where people, it's a give and take. So obviously we need money. It's not a dirty thing. It's not a bad thing. Shame on you for making money at your gift. And don't let yourself be tricked. If somebody wants to give you something in exchange for what you are doing, do not think that it's going to undermine your gift. It's practical. God is so practical. He's going to give you something that is going to sustain you to live. He's going to figure out a way for you to get something in return. Not that that's why you're doing it, but it's just practical. And then if he sees that you have your hands open and you're not like this, guess what? You have room to give more. So the more you keep giving away, the more is going to keep coming in your hands, and then you keep giving away. He wants us to give because we as humans are the vehicles to serve other people. There was somebody that it was on my heart to give something to, and I won't say what, but I just gave. I have no idea what that person needed. I don't know why that person was the person on my heart, but I gave, and I guarantee you that that's going to make an impact on her. You guys can't see it, but I have a printer right here. I remember mentioning in passing, like, oh man, I need to get a printer, and somebody said, let me know where I can send this. I actually have an extra one that I don't need. Boom, I have my printer, and every single day that I look at that, I think about that person who gave. Years ago, I couldn't understand why would somebody give without really wanting anything from me in return or something tangible in return. And I started to realize that sometimes when someone's just blessed and they feel blessed by you or what you're giving or what have you, even though they didn't pay for it or you didn't charge for it, they just want to give. And that's the beautiful thing. You don't have to manipulate when it's done this way. It happens organically. You will almost want, like I said, you'll be tempted to turn it down, but don't be stupid. Take what God has given to bless you, because then you can take it to bless others. So whatever resources I'm getting from my endeavors, please believe that's going into leveling up my equipment. Like, I don't want to record from my home permanently. I would like to be in a studio where the lighting is good. I would like to have a team who does cool graphics and makes sure that the sound is great. I want to then reinvest. There's so many things that I want to do on a bigger level, but I can only work with what I've been given. But if God, the universe, sees, okay, she's being responsible with the little that she's been given, you know what? You can give her a little bit more. Just like a parent, they're not going to give your kids $1,000 at the beginning. Start with $1, then $2, $5. Just teach them how to save. And then over time, you can give more, okay? You guys tracking with me? Woo! My poor little throat talking so much. All right. What do I want to tell you? So enjoy your gift. Walk in your gift. Don't focus on the money. It will come. And the other thing is that part of manifestation, you focus on what you do want to attract into your life. So never think about what you're missing. Because if you think about it, a thought is like a dog whistle. You don't want to call for something you don't want. So if you think about how poor you are, think about how lonely you are, think about how whatever negative thing you're thinking, that's going to continue because that's what you're saying. This is my reality. This is my reality. This is my reality. You want to focus on what you do want to have into your life. So only focus on one and like what you want to happen. Like I said, I will give you guys the piece by piece, step by step instructions on this. All right. Let's see here. Did I cover everything? I think that's it. All right. So the last thing that I want to get into is I want to talk about relationships. This is actually going to tie together, which it might not seem like what is my purpose and people being unfulfilled have to do with relationships being so difficult to deal with. Well, there's a reason why. If you are in a relationship with somebody who's not feeling fulfilled and they don't know that they're not fulfilled, they're going to think that you are that fulfillment that they're missing. Okay, does that make sense? Track with me. If I'm thirsty and I look at you and I see you as a tall glass of water, I'm going to want to desire that. I'm going to want to desire you, not because I desire you, but because I want what you have. I want your water, okay? Because I'm thirsty. If I'm not thirsty, I'm not parched, then I can actually see you for who you are. You're an amazing person with attributes and you have a purpose. And then together we can be side by side aligned and we're going out and doing our purpose and creating a family and more people who are on their purpose. And we're just exponentially blessing the world. That is an ideal relationship. Two people who are healed and fulfilled and complete, who know their purpose, lining up together, tag team, and on their own or together in unison are serving the world, okay? The people around them. That's the perfect situation. But the reality, like I said, the percentage of people who are tapped into their powers and have figured out their purpose and are actually having the boldness to go after their purpose, which you don't even have to go after it, you just have to live your life. Like I said, it's easy, it's natural, it's organic, it will come to you. Well, most people are not fulfilled. So they have huge needs. They're gaping holes. And so this lack that's within them, which is usually, let's see, I don't want to give everything at once because I don't want to overwhelm you guys. Get my thoughts together here. Pardon me. When people have a need, they come across as needy. And we say that all the time. Oh, he's so needy. Oh, this person is thirsty. They really are. They are craving something because they are malnourished in their spirit, in their soul. And these are the people who are unrealistic. They're overly demanding of your time. They have unrealistic expectations. The ones that are really hurt are the biggest hypocrites in the world because they want from you because they're so needy. But because they have nothing to give, they don't give in return. So the same person who was demanding this from you doesn't even give you an inkling, a tiny fraction of what they're asking from you. It's because their well is dry. How could somebody who does not have water give you water from a dry well? So a lot of times you have people who are overflowing with water. Their well is just bursting over. That attracts people who are thirsty. And then if you're not careful, they will either deplete your supply if you don't really know how to refresh, or you're going to be resentful because you're like, hey, buddy, like, can I get something in return? The ideal situation is that you have two people who are filled to overflowing. And then sometimes, okay, I don't want to give you too much. I don't want to overwhelm you. But there's even another level. You could be fulfilled, but you cannot be operating in the state of like pure love. When you're in a state of pure love, you understand that all your needs are supplied and you have no fear in giving away because you know that every time you turn around, oh, there's a fresh batch of whatever it is that you need. Those are the type of people who can give and give and give and give and give, and they don't get resentful. It's one thing to give, but resent the person and be like, dang, I gave them this, I gave them that, and they haven't given me anything. The ultimate level of love is when you can give and you don't even keep track. Because you're like, I have so much. It's like, you know, when you cook and you make too much and you know that if you keep it, it's going to go bad and it's going to be waste. And you're like Please, please, someone take a plate, get some foil, get some Tupperware. Take it, take it. You're not going, Jonathan took 2 Tupperwares. Okay, Becky got a quart full of that. She got 2 plates. You're not looking because you're glad that they took it. You're like, I have so much to give. Just take it. So for me, I want to get people to that highest level, that 4th level, which I'll break down the 4th level in the 4 levels in the Sunshine Club. You want to get to that 4th level where you just operate in such a bliss. You have so much that every day you're just like, who can I bless? Who can I bless? Who can I bless? But again, the ideal situation is that you have 2 people who are operating at full fulfillment. Let's see. I covered that. There was a movie I was watching. I haven't even had a chance to finish it yet, but it was a story on the Clark sisters, and it was on the Lifetime channel. They just re-aired it yesterday. But there was a scene where the husband was sitting on the edge of the bed with his wife, and he was saying what he needed from her, and they were having a schedule conflict, and he was really resentful of the fact that she was going out and doing her thing, and she wasn't being the wife by his side that he wanted at these different events and stuff like that. And so when she pushed back, like, well, babe, I have this to do, he screamed. He was like, you're useless to me. And I thought, oh my God, this is like the perfect example of what I was going to be talking about today, which is he saw her as useless because she wasn't giving him what he wanted from her. If he was truly fulfilled in himself, it would have just been a bonus if she came along. It would have been a bonus if she did whatever he was asking her to do. But because he was dependent on her for fulfillment, he lashed out at her and took his anger out on her because he was craving that thing and she wasn't giving it to him. Most people are frustrated because they can't control their spouse. Man, I just wish my spouse would give me more sex. I wish my spouse would give me more attention. I wish my spouse would love me with this love language instead of that love language, that's their natural love language. I wish my spouse would spend more time with the kids, or I wish my spouse would work harder. We are literally dependent on our partner to fulfill whatever we are missing inside. And it's not healthy because guess what? You're dependent on another person. So God forbid they pass away, or they're lazy, or they leave you, or they just don't really care about meeting your needs. You're screwed. That's why so many people are miserable. That's why a lot of people cheat, because they're looking for something to come from an outside source. That's why it's so important that you tap in and you learn how to get all your supply met by God, the universe, if people are offended by God. Whatever you want to call it, it's the same thing. So whatever name you put on it, it's the same thing. All the principles are the same. Like I said, so at the end of the day, we throw the word love around all the time, but the reality is we don't actually love the person. We love how they make us feel, and we love what they do for us. Okay? You just think about it. The person you're gaga Google head over heels over, no, I really am in love. Let them stop giving you what you like. That's going to dry up real quick. Okay? Let them say no to everything. Let them stop giving you attention. Let them stop giving you affection. Let them stop speaking words of affirmation. Let them stop giving you gifts or buying things for you if that's your thing. Let that guy quit his job and decide to stay home. You will quickly discover that you love what people do for you and how they make you feel. And this isn't meant to make you feel bad. That's just how we're wired. That is how we're wired, because we have a gaping hole. We have a need that needs to be fulfilled. And so we go to other people to get filled. But like I said, we have to learn how to get that supply directly. The other thing that you can really take to help yourself mentally to stay strong, if you take the personalness out of it, when you're dealing with an unfulfilled person who has need and they are taking from you or not treating you in a loving way, we all say that saying, oh, hurt people hurt people. Really let that sink in. That person is just a hurting person. And I'm going to give you an analogy to really like drive this home. Imagine if somebody was just walking around and there was a freak accident. Let's say they were working in a factory or whatever, and their leg got severed. Like it looked like it was going to just completely get cut off or whatever. It's like a serious injury, not something you can brush off or like man up. Like they need to, cauterize? Like they need to stop the bleeding. They need to hurry up and figure out how to get to the hospital or what have you. If you were looking at that person bleeding out, thinking they're thinking, am I going to die today? You would never be like, did you eat my sandwich in the break room? Or did you ever send me that file? Like, you would not be expecting anything rational from them. You would not be looking to them like, oh, Bob, you said you would give me a ride home. Like, Bob is on the floor bleeding out. Like, you would not want anything from him. Like, you might need something, but like, you're looking at it going, Bob is not in a position to give me anything. We have to look at unfulfilled people in that way. They are not in a position to give you. If they give anything, it's not going to be on the level or in the way that you want them to give. We need to stop looking at these empty wells walking around on two legs and wondering why they're not giving you water. They are dry, or maybe they have a little bit, but it runs out quickly, okay? Stop dealing with people who are hurt thinking that they're going to change, okay? They're not going to change until they get their supply filled up. All right, what do I want to talk about? The shifting your mindset. Okay. We have to shift our mindset from being self-centered, everything me, what can I get, to a serving mindset. The faster you start changing your mindset, the faster the things will start to come that are on your heart to get. It's so weird. So find ways. I would challenge you guys watching this. Find 5 ways tomorrow, Monday, that you can bless 5 people. The blessing doesn't have to be tangible. It could just be a compliment. It could be like a same-sex compliment so the person doesn't think you're being creepy, but it could be a guy saying to a guy, oh man, those shoes are fresh, dude. Or a girl saying to another woman, oh my God, your hair is beautiful. Or your daughter is gorgeous, or whatever. Give a compliment. Or it could be a situation where you're working somewhere and it's up to you to give something for free. Give something to someone for free. You know what? I'm going to throw in an extra piece of pie. You guys were such a sweet couple. Whatever. Find a way to bless 5 people and serve people, or take a burden off of somebody. Maybe it's your wife or you know, your husband. You're like, you know what? I know you were going to do such and such a day. Don't worry. I got it. I want you to sleep in. I'll feed the baby this time, or whatever it is. Find 5 ways to serve somebody tomorrow. And that will kind of start the ball rolling out there in the universe. Like, oh, this person is going from a selfish, self-centered mindset to a service mindset. And then you will start to get the stuff coming your way. There's a Bible verse that says Matthew 22, 37 through I think like 40. And it talks about the 10 commandments, but it sums it all up. And it says, these are the 2 greatest commandments. The greatest commandment is that you love the Lord with all your heart, your soul, and your mind. So there are different levels to yourself. But the second one is love your neighbor as yourself. And that is the one that I really want to talk about right now. And that's where the golden rule came from. By the way, the golden rule is not in the Bible, but the concept of the golden rule comes from this verse, that you love your neighbor as yourself. You do for others the way you would want it done for you, which is saying to the universe, this is what I want. I want someone to look out for me. I want someone to be forgiving. I want someone to be kind. You give to others what you want. You put out into the universe what you want to come back. So if you rag on people and you get back at people and you physically hurt people and you lie to people, that's what you're putting out to have come back to you. So don't put out there what you don't want to boomerang back. And then the first part that I kind of glossed over, love the Lord thy God. This is the part that I said, even if you're not a believer, you still can take these truths. All the secular theories that talk about manifestation and the laws of attraction start with an attitude of gratitude. Every single thing that you see, it's going to be gratitude. So you want to focus on what you're grateful for. And for believers, we're grateful to God because God is the one from whom all blessings flow. So we would have either worship or prayer, and we would be focusing our energy on God. And thank you so much for our life. Thank you for our health. Thank you for my children. Thank you for my college education. Thank you for the mind you've given me. Thank you for the use of my body. We can find so many things to thank him for. People who don't believe in God can just say to the universe or whoever you want to talk to, or just speak it. I am grateful for what I have. I am grateful that I'm not in search of a meal. I'm grateful for the things that are coming to me. That's the manifestation. I'm grateful for the streams of income that are coming to me. I'm grateful for the partner who's coming to me. You can say, you start with gratitude. And I don't understand the science of everything, but I do know that all these people, like I said, over decades and decades and decades and centuries and all over the world have all had these spiritual awakenings, have written it down, and they all coincide, okay? No other situation do people agree upon like that. So basically I want to wrap it up by saying that is the irony. The irony is that if you want to receive, you have to give. If you want to have love, you have to give it away. Understand, put out there what you want to come back. All right, guys, I'm going to open it up for questions for those of you who are still on here. Tonight's going to be a little shorter. We've been averaging like 2 and 3 hours. But I'm going to go ahead and give my voice a little bit of a rest today. But if you guys have any questions, now is the perfect opportunity for you to ask your question. I will answer as many as I can get to. And there's a little bit of a delay. So when I'm saying this, it's actually a minute or two before you guys get it. So I'm going to pause a little bit and let you guys ask me any questions. Go ahead and put them in the comments. I do want to let you know that my channel does get quite a few views every single week, and as time goes on, it grows and grows and grows. And the beauty of YouTube videos is that the videos are evergreen, meaning it doesn't matter if you film it today, 6 years from now, people are going to be watching that content. So if anybody has a product or service or a business that they want to promote, send me a message on Instagram. I'm at Chasing Yonci, but send me a message if you want to promote, and I will give you a shout out. We can promote your product. See, this is how that giving and receiving thing. I will give you exposure in return for monetary value. But if you want to do that, let me know. We'll partner up. And if it's something that, you know, I think is not harmful to the world, I most likely will say yes, and we can incorporate that in. But take advantage of this platform if you would like to promote your goods and services. We can have that conversation. Excuse me. W Brizzle saying, what up, Yonci? Hey, what's up? What's up? What's up? Let me rest my throat for just a second. And let me know how your day was today, you guys. Let me know how you spent your holiday, if it was awesome, if you did anything different, because, you know, it's a whole pandemic. And let me know how different. He said, what up, people? Thank you so much, love. I was guessing if it was 40. Matthew 22, 27 through 40. I swear, girl, I might have to recruit you full-time. This is awesome. And like I said, also let me know if you guys are familiar with manifesting. Like, would you say that you're a guru at it? Would you say you're just kind of discovering, you know, what it is and how to use it? Let me know. Brizzle said, I'm quarantined. My folks had to drop off my gifts. Oh, that's a bummer. How much longer do you have before you're out? I've been pretty much kind of keep to myself because I have a little bit of a cold. And so I'm just being super, super cautious because I don't want to give anybody my germs. But it is, you know, cold and flu season. So you have truly said a lot here today. Oh, thank you, Akira. And, you know, it is no joke having a conversation with a camera, you know? So the comments are the way that I can connect. And you guys can see me and you can, you know, hear me, but I can't see you. I can't hear you. So I think a lot of times we kind of take it for granted because we grew up watching TV or listening to the radio or what have you. But with social media, you know, the content creators just here. Like, we have to listen to what you guys say through the comments. So if nobody comments, we have no idea if it's a slam dunk or people are like crickets, you know. So I stress that all the time, whether it's me, other content creators, as much as you can, respond back. It's not about, you know, yes, people like to see likes. Obviously, I'm not going to say nobody likes to see likes, but it's more so about knowing whether or not their content is hitting. Because imagine performing a song and the people were in a different room where the people performing couldn't see them. It would be so weird. Musicians, performers, we get off on the reaction and we vibe off of the energy from our audience. So the more you guys can engage with us as content creators, performers, what have you, like, do that. And I remember, oh, that was nice. He said peace to everybody. I remember being at this concert and it was a small, intimate concert. So like you could see everybody. It was a small, what do you call it? Like an industry thing. So it was just a handful of people. And there was a performer who was killing it. And we're on the front row like, yeah. And there's all these like studio exec types who are sitting on the front row. They literally look like came straight from a boardroom. You know, everyone else is in like trendy, you know, clothes, and they're in suits and ties. And they're literally sitting there on the front row like this. And the person is singing at the top of their lungs, like the drums are bang. It was the weirdest thing. It's like, if I was performing, I would not be able to look at that section because it would just throw me off. Like, can you guys hear? Like, are you part of a deaf community? Like, how can you hear this music and not be tapping your foot or bobbing your head or something? It was so weird. But giving back what you guys are doing, I appreciate that. And I know it's difficult because if you're listening, you're not really thinking about typing. So that's why. Akira says, the things that I have going on in my mind towards my purpose and manifesting, you have hit home for me. Oh, that's everything. I literally would have done this video if it was just you, Akira. Like, if it's just one person who gets it, I'm super, super grateful. And I strongly encourage you guys to come to the Sunshine Club. It's a monthly fee, and it's $9.99 for the first 200 people. After that, it's $14.99 a month. But I am telling you guys, because you can manifest money, you can manifest anything that you want. $9.99 is nothing for what I'm giving you. I'm telling you, I would have paid $100 to get the stuff that I have. And so you guys can click the link in the description and find out how to sign up for that. But basically, you just give me your name, your information. You can choose whether or not you want to be notified just by email, or if you want to get text notifications, because what I'll do is say, hey guys, you know, I'm about to do a live video, or hey guys, an assignment was just dropped, or here's the challenge, check in, let me know if you've done it, you've done your part. And I'm telling you, it's going to be so cool, because all of us are going to cheer each other on. There's something about accountability. Like, I run to, let me stop bragging, lying. I don't run. I walk / I'm moving into a jog 2 miles a day. And I have accountability through this app with my coach. And so literally when I finish my 2 miles, it sends a notification to him. So I can't cheat. I can't front. Well, I mean, technically I could put it on something and send anyways, but I wouldn't do that. That's what I'm going to be doing in the group. There's going to be so much accountability. We're going to bond. We're going to have fun. But you guys, we are going to change our life. And the cool thing is, it's January 1st. We all are conditioned to like give it another go on January 1st. So I think it's perfect that this came to me at the end of the year so I can start with you guys. Brizzle says, when are you making another visit to Texas? I actually was almost going to go this week. I was thinking about going, but I didn't have a peace in my spirit about it. And now I realize why, because I was supposed to be here so that I could put this package together. I'm telling you guys, when you're in touch with your little whatever, it's good. But I'm definitely coming back to Texas. I love being there. He said, your accountability is looking at my IG page with the 2 miles I do every day. That's what's up. So any questions, you guys? We talked about manifestation. We talked about purpose. We talked about being unfulfilled. We talked about relationships. We talked about a lot of stuff. Do you guys have any questions about the stuff that I talked about? I'm going to hold the doors of the church open for a few more minutes to see if anyone else has anything that they want to ask. Okay, and I'm going to close this. Oh, and let me go ahead and put this up for you guys. Oh, you guys, I didn't even switch over to my handy little screen. That's so terrible. I had my handy little screen. Why do people feel unfulfilled? Y'all, I get so excited about what I'm talking about. I forget to do all my cute little graphics and stuff. But whatever. Did I leave the Sunshine Club on the whole time? That is terrible. See, I have my little graphics here. Let me just show you so we can at least see this. My relationship is so hard. I'm telling you guys, I need to have somebody help me so that I could just focus on my communication and not be focusing on this. So whatever. Anyway, here's my Patreon information. If you guys want to support, the lowest level is, I think, $4.99. Is it $4.99? $5. I think $5 a month. If somebody just wants to like set it up and say, you know what, this is something I'm going to do every month, not think about it. I have that option. We have the $9.99 for the Sunshine Club, which will allow you to be a part of my Patreon, which has content there that's exclusive, but then you'll get the entire community of the Sunshine Club. And then if you're past the 200 people, that's what the $14.99 level is for. And then there is a $15 a month, which is basically the same as the $14.99 one. So you may as well just do that at this point. But that's my VIP section of my Patreon, and we do a couple other things in there that we don't do in the lower levels. So that's my Patreon. It's an amazing way to support. Like I said, this is something I'm doing full time. So if anybody feels led to do that, no pressure, wink, wink. But go ahead if you can and you appreciate my content. It's a great way to support. Oh man, it's looking like my there's a little bit of buffering. At least I'm getting that message. So hopefully it's not buffering. Let's see. If you have a guesstimate, excuse me. Oh, how sweet. If you have a guesstimate regarding how long each of your segments will run, perhaps you can set a reminder or timer to nudge you to check if your graphics are in sync with the commentary. I just get in such a zone. And I have to find a way to have a little thing that goes off but doesn't make noise. So hopefully you guys are engaged and You're still able to follow along without the graphics, but yeah, that's annoying when I forget to put it on there. All right, guys, so it looks like you don't have any more questions. If you do post a question after the fact, because like I said, there is a little bit of a delay because of how they do the, I can't think of the word that it's called, but there's a little lag in there. I will do my best to just type you the answer. And if you are watching this on the replay, same thing, I will comment with that. I cannot wait to see you guys in the Sunshine Club, because we will also be able to do video chats and things like that. So all these people whose names I keep seeing each week, I will be able to put a face with the name. If you want to, you have the option to keep your camera off, but we have that. And then we'll be able to have a lot more intimate conversations. He said, good night. Keep building your platform. Thank you so much. All right, guys. Anyway, here's where you can find me on social media. I have a Facebook page where I post when I have new videos and things like that. That is called Chasing Yonci. You can type that in and see Chasing Yonci. On my Twitter, I have been doing a lot better. I'm very proud of myself, but I've been doing my tweets. You can check me out on Twitter. And then Instagram is where I am the most engaged. And that is all three of those platforms are at Chasing Yonci. Go ahead and subscribe if you would like to be notified when videos come, and hit the notification bell. And until next time, you guys, tell someone that